Just yesterday, a truck fell on a car. It's in the news. We can haul up to 50 containers, 32, 38 tons each. And you can see the gap on the wagon. We also bought a wagon that can take 40-foot and 20-foot container at the same time. So if you see our wagon, we have space in front. That is for a 20-foot container. Okay, so we are prepared to decongest the road.
Now when it's car cases on car cases no one anymore.
I don't mind if I'm now buying a room. Say train is so important to our economy. But for more must start here and make us say, you hear more train and must say expensive. Mom, why? Because a expensive crowdness a bit more cutting down cost for future.
Ghana Railway Authority and MES Logistics have now signed a contract in front of our Honorable Minister for Transport, whereby initially we are going to do 300 containers with a further uptick up to 600 containers per day.
And I believe that is how industrialization begins, with how you move your goods, with how you move your people. Whilst we are taking the passenger side, we are looking at the fleet aspect to support expand the rail sector. We are working hard to see how we will link from Takoradi.
Chio. Ghana, locomotive cargo trade. A man for see a train, say you benya passenger one so that a bemwa yet there, and they say any penal. Phase 3 of the freight testing. And so, I'm an area, and then finally, ye conclude, ye a friend is saying, locomotive freight testing, no, ye we answer. Now, still, not MP before the car said, I won't pay cost of the locomotive cargo train, no. I won't pay the age. And so omo pe aka ho me be ka kire mo ga se me ganjo mo se omo for masem so ho nti some of the MP before mo ga se na mo pe cost mo pe age mo pe de Ghana for ni bi se me kan kire mo se mo for masem so ho why enye na me kan se mo so ma me nti me kan de omo kan
Hey, see how many containers is so? Yeah. Hey.
Some one thing na me why yes ma for masuma me so American. Phase 3 of the freight testing involves a push-pull configuration with 2 locomotives, one at the front and one at the rear. Hey, now it means aboga for one country me na me ya wani tia afo ma de ye nkrase fo kakra e shere ntu kwa ni bisa yi na ne utimizu mienu mu a o sa ene kamo nice and still na be for me that's no problem no hey ade we kurasi mo fa che wate mi ni mu he tre yo mo so mo be ma ba fe na bi ba jam ya ade no transport minister honorable Joseph Bukari ni kwe afe de they say mema a friend say 45 over 100 ugusu a we adwuma but akakra road minister honorable Kwame governor Gbaja o make sure say rail line no better ho amuna adwuma we road construction chief and the big push is coming again again the anya no kwa you see one at the front one at the rear and hauling 20 container. The last time I catch us na 7 container. I know second day of testing no. And phase 3 of the test no ya kwa do 20 departure say 20 containers ana this cargo train ba ku wani ba ku was chire o say eno so the rain no say fifi say dem say wani mo say we chire say baby ahihye bia atuma for 20 no how many cars ana ye free kwan so how many cars ana ohwe a ye e free kwan so no tell me maybe a minimum because me say Ghana had a cargo cars afa one container edi my lazy mathematics 20 cars out of the road 20 good cars out of the road now how many times na say container
na your car is to anumune na when pass out Onya sika no osi from out two when ma na when ni sika kese so on ka kese no one wo ho no ba ada ma de kwa ni na ba ele se wo usa de wo se ngomo de ahoma ebom tapala kan na mbom akosa de oh ache yeah and do 2 minutes when I do that the drivers no way. And that was my son. Don't jump. Some of them, some of them can't. Where's the trailer? So apparently there was no rope tying this container on the trailer. So there was a taxi behind it. Yeah, the crashing.
There's no month our containers every year say 100 and every Accra echo to Kumasi to Temala. Unye emu 10 and now 20 and got off from and say one place need na wana ho mem na say kwan no so all this while na yenim say train is so important to our economy boga for no mo am start here na make say ye hia mo train na mo say expensive mo amoye because a expensive crowdness a bit cut down cost for future bebrebe say ya because the cost of repairing roads in there or ye paper be film no kasa kese ne say kwan pa Accra Kumasi expressway ya ye be ya ne ya clear side clearing over 89% uma kasa kese ta fa so kudam enu 2 years na protos de da so emu de SSC ho na se light Ghana so na minim sa bemfo na ekotena light bulb no so we ye den bulb bi enu Ghana ha atwa wan ya ebe se out street light no so na eno wo bewie no accident nipa bewu na e lose life na population so te ene boys ye empower first ne ba pam no ye ma aminu mu di 20 21 25 na ma ware ma sha se wo ne 30 40 ye nya ya dwene nti ye se be wu ba hat population no so na tie ye hia human first resources eno aso a so te na ye be dan productivity na ekofom na kwan so say na tax no wanye ne padodo anya aduma we dan more tax e da fix road na da more roads so enema we sa cargo locomotive cargo train eradicate the free system no even say ye more can ye 2 billion okra na it's worth it ana meboa
Ghana Railway Authority and MES Logistics have now signed a contract in front of our Honorable Minister for Transport, whereby initially we are going to do 300 containers with a further uptick up to 600 containers per day. This means a lot. It means that we are now going to move the 300 containers from Tema Harbour all the way to Kpone Industrial Area via rail and also road. The initial contract is a 5-year contract between us and MES Logistics, of which we are going to support with all the lifting equipment and also the trackers needed to do this. This is the most important thing here. We are going to run 24-hour economy. And now initially, because of the 300 containers, we are going to have one job for 2 people, and we are going to run 2 shifts, which is in line with His Excellency the President 24-hour economic policy. Also, in terms of the Volta Economic Corridor, this is the beginning of it. And as and when that, as my minister rightly pointed out, we will look at potentially expanding our fleet and wagon capacity to be able to take more load. We are aware that at the moment as we have over 3,000 containers stuck at the port for Dakar. This must be decongested so our port becomes much more efficient. On the other side as well, we are going to create jobs and opportunities along the Volta corridor. We are going to create opportunities for the very people who lives along the corridor, which is also in line with our manifesto. As the minister correctly also pointed out, passenger service is nice to have. It provides social value, but it's very expensive to run. Just to give you an initial data, since through the directive of the minister that we initiated the Tema to Mpakadan railway line, we have spent roughly about 28 million cedis, overhead, fuel cost. We buy the fuel in dollars, vegetation clearing, and also payment salaries, oil top-ups, spare parts management, and other things. The revenue intake of since October 2025 is about 1.2 million. It tells you how much we need. So this services is going to provide an avenue for us to cross-subsidize the passenger service without running to the government for what we call it, for money to run the passenger service.
Say in Ghana must have train. And Ghana must have train church. Dieni na ye pade ba ko ye fire oja na enhye obi bia obetima take decision. I make sure say ye benya train bibri our Ghana. I make sure say benya more rail lines our Ghana. Anya sampere na ebo. Eti enemo sofo me say mesre mo say ye bompa ye fire ye oja. Anchor the road minister, the transport minister, anchor the finance minister, anchor the president himself. Not only not taking the decision, not any more rail lines, not any more trains, because say 20 cargos in the phase 3 of the testing, and they didn't come to your yeah. That's a demano. I see a demon no my now. Wait, freights no, sir. The whole 20 container loaded freight wagons from Tema through Ashaiman, Shai Hills, Doryumu, all the way to Mpakadan. Mpakadan there na I said train bia go wie Mpakadan Tema Mpakadan awo I hope say after say go bia yi atra Tema Mpakadan no the next phase, the next step ebe say Accra Kumasi Accra Tamale Kumasi Sunyane ye benya Kumasi Takrade Cape Coast na ye to so ye spread your wings so I said the entire country ebe boosting of passenger trains, cargo trains. Baby, ye fa load, ye fa nyane, ye fa ebia ye raw materials and I say ye fa ye minerals. Ye nim se. Cars are kese fa so na be say ye kwani na cargo trains in fa ho. And the passenger train so na mama imnemu yo. Imagine say burger for mu betia si Ghana. Na otisi Ghana na no ufa train e dey free Accra, e dey aba bia sunyane. Ufa train e dey free ha, e dey akwa bia Kwame dan so mami Mr. Ibrahim. Oh, a friend of coming as well Switzerland. Na me chana na dwuma na ubako kumase ana we basunyan. Enti wo for train na wa ba kama ma rose. Ma me chama rose so. Na me cha am dia tadam. Ubafa train no straight. Now they about be piemu a wo ba kunua ba wosunyane. Enti beautiful. This is what we have been looking for. we an yabo humpa ya yededa fire ojani kakalika yesa ye nina no we train antia we nya blaster ya say wi it is say dey aka ye train me do ye development ho it is say ya me ne ukasai 20 containers it meet na one a friends a cargo train so a na dey no say it me fa do sa o dey ne kama na we ana still ye wa manfo wa Ghana ha e da so question marks. Now, why am I no?
Any refurbished train has a lifespan between 10 to 20 years, meaning that if you give proper maintenance to such locomotives, they will last for 20 years. And I also know that what we are doing today, if we continue, we will break even within 2 years. And if we are able to break even between 2 years, means that we are going to make profit for over 15 years with these locomotives and these 20 wagons. So it is business sensitive and economically viable for us to have these 2 locomotives and then the 20 wagons. And I believe that is how industrialization begins, with how you move your goods, with how you move your people. Whilst we are taking the passenger side, we are looking at the fleet aspect to support us, expand the rail sector. We are working hard to see how we will link from Takoradi to all the mining sites. And we believe when we are able to do this, it will help us rake in the needed revenue to sustain our rail services.
According to MPP for MPP communication team member, Fad Osman, I raise concern now. See, we are not questioning the effectiveness of it in as much as we do doubt that this thing will serve the purpose for which it has been procured. We are not questioning the effectiveness of it in as much as we do doubt, that this thing.
On that, let me also proceed quickly to you, Nana. Yeah. You see, this discussion, just like my brother rightly indicated, it is important to put it on record that government has accepted the concerns and also admitted to them that yes, these locomotives will be put to use, and for that matter, we also need to say that the MPP, and for that, the minority, let me put it in its right context, raised some concerns about I think 5 major questions that we were expecting the minister to answer them. Yesterday he tried so well, answered I think 1 or 2, without necessarily giving us the costs involved, giving us the maintenance mechanisms.
No, he mentioned the cost.
He mentioned the cost for the entire.
Yeah.
No, we are talking of the cost of maintenance and the maintenance mechanisms, such that these are old locomotives, 40-something years old. 40-something years old. The technology for the locomotives are no longer in existence.
Yeah.
So we raise concerns that is government going to present to us what maintenance culture or maintenance mechanisms has been put in place with the providers or the manufacturers of this locomotive. That's a very major concern, because as my brother indicated, these are old locomotives that has been tried to put together again for us. It is no longer been manufactured again on the market. From the record so far, I think we have only 50 of them left. Then globally, 50 left, and 1 is in Ghana currently. So to maintain it becomes a very big problem, problem for us. So we think it will be fair if government will give us more details. We are only asking for transparency. We are not questioning the effectiveness of it, in as much as we do doubt that this thing will serve the purpose for which it has been procured.
I'm more doubt, because on more time, most of the things I'm going for buy, I'm going for a training be buy. Days I'm the buy expire. I'm saying another date expire. The 3rd date I'm the buy, I was 4th date. Area ya much that ko paja car bi abisi rail line so. And I'm say asai. The train do na aka. The test driving na maso. But we test driving koso. E fa 7 container first. E ko fa 10. I fa do 20 ne. And the phase 3 of the test friends the driving of locomotive cargo train no is done. Or friend the 10 or friend cargo train the 10. Sky train no ka tire ya anye ya hu sky no ya hu train no. I'm your confidence on quarter okoba. Ye a whole railway minister. Busana so railway no ye him no ye. And such a person from that party is doubting. Say, the ye who in life, I mean, mama, life update every day, memo update. In update number 3 on the test driving, no, midema no. MPP for so more doubt. But Ghana Railway Development Authority at dismissing the claim that the newly procured locomotives are outdated.
The DMU, diesel multiple unit heavy locomotive, is different from a DMU for a passenger train. A DMU for a passenger train, the word D means diesel. It's like comparing a saloon car to an articulator truck. The power output of the DMU is 2.2 megawatt. It can power up to 4,500 homes. It can haul containers of up to 50 containers at a time, or at 38 tons laden. So market assessment pointed out to class 56. I've heard rumors, of course. I've not really paid attention to them because, of course, it doesn't matter. That the class 56 is an old train. It is not. Class 56 has got 3 baselines. Baseline 1, 1974 to 1982. Baseline 2, 1984 to 1992. Baseline 3, 1992 to 1998. These are the baseline for the class 56. Colas Rail, which operates in the United Kingdom, as of 2025, when I was in England, signed a 5-year contract to operate the RATT contract with Network Rail. That's £58 million. DC Rail uses the class 56 for movement of goods and other things. Thirdly, class 56 fits perfectly in terms of retractive effort on the Tema to Mpakadan line. So, the question is, what was the technical justification for their statement? There's none. And as the chief executive of GRDA, I am prepared. Even if I'm giving $100 million today, I will still buy class 56. Because from the technical specification point of view, from line utilization point of view, from line constraint point of view, from power utilization point of view, from the design and architecture of the constraint of Tema to Mpakadan line, you cannot bring in class 70. Class 70 needs up to 3,000 tons constantly to power it. Class 69 fleet is the mother of class 56, is the same as class 56 in terms of the chassis and underframe. The body architecture or the body shells is different. Class 66 has got a power at rate of 3,350 horsepower. What it simply means is that without proper driver training, they will throw it away. And of course, we all know the encroachment issues that we have on the line. We may end up killing a lot of people. So buying a locomotive is not about architecture feeling. It's not like you are going to buy, I don't know, put a makeup on. It is not like that. A locomotive has got one and only one function: to pull, torque. The ability to pull constantly, reliably, and is always available.
Almost say MPP before say move the date and then the cost. Now, ono guys say we outdated. And I'm say the boss chaso na Oldboga for no more US in the UK na declare bibia da. And you have obeji response abeji free friends Oldboga trends. But na comment section na say we are fantastic. My Oldboga for na go say we are sweet. Me feeling we are that much me ya na mo se me check na de etibi wa ba kura say me time we de me say kama yi me time na I really comment na o say US how kura de mu de agba kura bi e fechen no am say obi say UK ni kura mo to ni kura no ye wo de mato ni bi e fechen bi wa am say ana still na man for air that Thomas wa yi and Thomas for bre. Now, anona Ghana Railway Development Authority CEO Dr. Frederick Apo said that was the 38.7 million locomotives will boost the rail system by improving freight and passenger efficiency.
The centerpiece of any asset management, for those of people who understand the asset management principle, as a technical organization, you cannot actually go and procure a locomotive and 20 wagons for 36.7 million. That is the amount, 36.7 million, without looking at that. Maintenance and spare parts has been acquired as part of this procurement. The benefits are huge. Now, How many, all of us can count the number of deaths that we've recorded on the Kumasi Road. Just yesterday, a truck fell on a car. It's in the news. We can haul up to 50 containers, 32, 38 tons each. And you can see the gap on the wagon. We also bought a wagon that can take 40-foot and 20-foot container at the same time. So if you see our wagon, we have space in front. That is for a 20-foot container. Okay, so we are prepared to decongest the road. We are prepared to avoid the accident. We are prepared to avoid the likelihood of incident happening. So the locomotive is here to do exactly that. And I want the Ghanaian to be proud and to also let them know, since the Fourth Republic, His Excellency President John Mahama is the first president to be bringing the container trains to Ghana. It's an achievement, and it's commendable.
I'm the passenger at the end of the day, I'm a train channel, and I'm the first person. I'm going to train into no. So I'm the train. My first video call. My video call. What? One more naked to the now. My video call. Now I got just small freebie. Now I say, I found the money until I'm more say expensive. No, 38.7 million locomotive will boost. Just away $38.7 million. And the phone per cost, man cost. Already Oldboga phone say now dated mono to be okay. But your buses are for free Egypt here. You say 300 buses, you say there is a $3 million. And I go for into approximately back where saying it's 100,000 and saying. Into all the now they say in terms of buses airful as compared to train. We go train here by a locomotive cargo train. I think say head is a true pet. And your friend say passenger 1 year count. The now say we had to do away there bar. But Juma way in the bono. Can't mobi. Yenim. Say Ghana there at the 40 year papa. Into the piano road, car, road, bus, road, car, road, bus. Ya toy ya bre. Eye ne boy de nkra na monkotomra. 38.7 million. The yedi took guy National Cathedral. Cry $97 million. Yatima we sisika o man ho na de kotop ayi cargo train and ayi passenger ayi flight ba ana eye bone wo de catch na eye bone minim say anya we mu na eye de ba se ba ko na twam ntimi e bia na we bi de be papa ma ya enya aboso body na e be bono cha aboso body nko a nti em de omonya nti na ye say amenu ka say the phase 3 of the test drive of the locomotive cargo train afford 20 containers. How many cars and a every council? MP before say, or more doubt. Say cargo train be you might say, or more doubt. Now, or fresh cargo train at 10. And I say, because o man to me and your modiantia na. And almost say waste money near me. But a good test drive, or more time. A whole railway minister by your demand one test drive. The test drive acquire no car, because I see rail line so. Surprisingly. Sky train they are masokra about $2 million they are. The engine audience na adi ntia ka kire me comment section ase. And then the mediatum they say $38.7 million. And they go crack cargo locomotive cargo train ni wagon yi e dey buy. Na o price is worth it. And again, say price nti ana mo person more dey am ya. Now we bus here say go fa 300 buses for $3 million. Should we always go for the cheaper goods? At the end of the day, no, the risk I involve here high, and as you go for the expensive one, now you can't future cost. And don't catch me. Our comment section. I say where we are. Subscribe, like it, share more. And so and ready no ever compare. And the big push is coming again. Hey, again. And then that's what any go on. If I realize any train will just money break. Me pay more of this. Do you also want more of this? How a naked truth will hold? Well, I trust my crowd. Bye bye.